Hey everybody, welcome to the TV Guide Guys podcast. I'm James.
Carlos.
And Andy.
So what's going on, fellas? How's everybody's week?
Living the dream. Living the dream.
It was solid. I just got back from Florida. It was pretty nice.
What part of Florida did you go?
Oh, West Palm Beach. So it's like an hour from Fort Lauderdale. Weather was nice. I saw my girlfriend down there. It was pretty solid. Beats the 40-degree weather up here for sure.
Yeah, we actually didn't have too bad of a week, like temperature-wise, though. It was okay here.
Didn't it snow?
Yeah, it was a weird week. One day it was like 52, though, too. It was strange.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the snow was going as quick as it came.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Still had no sunshine, though.
Yep.
Jealous.
Did you and your girl been watching any new shows or anything?
No, we haven't. She doesn't really watch TV, which kind of sucks. She watches like 3 shows over and over again. She watches like The Ranch. Oh, she does horses, so it makes sense. He watches Ranch and this show called Longmire. You ever heard that?
I have heard that.
Yeah. She watches that, and then like she just puts Friends on like for background music.
All right, so you said she's into horses?
Yeah,
She watched Yellowstone?
she does. She loves Yellowstone. She thinks it's better than Game of Thrones, and I was like, "You're crazy." But I watched Narcos on the plane about Pablo Escobar. I love like drug cartel movies. I always wanted to be like a kingpin. I think that'd be like so sick. You'd be so powerful, and then people would fear you, and you'd have all the money. That's true power. It's being like known that you could do whatever you want whenever you wanted.
I haven't watched that one. I'll have to check it out. I'm watching The Last of Us right now, the new show on.
Oh,
on
everyone's been
HBO.
talking about that lately. Like my barber's like, you have to watch that. It's like the show's awesome.
It's really good. I've never played the video game, so I have no prior opinion of it. But so far, it's really good. And let me tell you, they introduced the zombies in the second episode. They are the scariest zombies I've ever seen in a TV show or a movie.
They're runners.
Oh, they are. Oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
like if we ever have an apocalypse and the zombies can run, we're screwed.
Oh no, these guys are.
They're not like walkers. Like these guys run. Yeah.
Well,
no,
these guys
we're
can't
screwed.
see because the fungus is like taking over. They
can't see?
If you get interested in it, and you start watching.
I'm definitely gonna watch it.
The game was really good. Really good. Like if you like those like zombie survival games, it was phenomenal. It was a good game for sure. So I was kind of excited to see that they made a show about it.
You think it'd be better than The Walking Dead?
I think it'd be a lot shorter than The Walking Dead because I know they're only going up to the video games, which I believe there's only 2 video games.
That's it.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how many episodes that's going to take us, but obviously, Walking Dead's that show's been on for 10 12 years. So
Yeah.
I mean, I forget what they're on. But
Also, Pedro Pascal is in that. He's also in Narcos too. He plays like one of the cops.
oh, really?
Yeah.
He's quickly becoming. I like the guy.
He's
really
becoming
good,
like a
obviously.
top 10 like favorite actor of mine already.
He's
He's
obviously
he's in all like great shows.
well. And this show, The Last of Us, actually has Pedro Pascal, who played Oberyn Martell in Thrones.
Yep.
And
he played
then,
Mandalorian. He plays this guy. His name's like Pena in Narcos, and he's in one other. Oh, Triple Frontier. You saw that movie around Netflix with like Ben Affleck and Oscar Isaac. Yep.
Last of Us actually has a little the young lady Lyanna Mormont in Game of Thrones. So I don't know if you guys remember. She's she's the fiery.
A fun fact is that
one.
she is a nasty breakdancer too.
None of us.
No one
we
knew
didn't
that.
know that. Andy's the one that he actually told us that earlier, and we watched her. We watched her breakdance earlier. Man, she is unbelievable.
She's really good.
Shout out to her.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna play a little clip. It's like just do that 10-second clip of her like just bust a move. It's insane. Like no wonder why she owns
Little Mormont.
Yeah.
Breaking it down.
This is like just wait. How old is she in this? Like 10?
Maybe, give or take.
Yeah. She's nasty.
Well, my question to you guys is: do you think she's actually gotten better too?
Absolutely.
Oh, maybe if she kept doing this. Yeah, for
continue
sure.
to do it. I mean, imagine what she's doing now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Running away from zombies and can break dance like that.
Come on.
Unreal.
Like, my only regret is that she didn't break dance on a zombie's head. And I didn't get to see it
Not
on TV.
not yet. We're only on
Thrones, you didn't
episode
see it
2. We're only on episode 2.
In Thrones, you don't see it either. So
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about Thrones.
Great character.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You said The Last of Us. She's like brain us in zombie's head, but
Yeah, you said zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without you meant The Last of Us.
If you meant White Walkers,
That'd be
I would agree.
Well,
Similar.
that's a conversation for another day because
okay.
White Walkers for one episode is a disappointment, but
true.
All of season 8 is a disappointment, but
yep.
I digress.
We'll
carry on for another day.
Yeah, that's another conversation.
So, guys, let's get to today's discussion. So today's discussion, we're actually going to discuss Leonardo DiCaprio. We're going to pick our favorite movies of his, and then we're just going to have a general discussion on his portfolio of work, what we like, what we don't like. There's really not a lot that I don't like. Andy, why don't you go first? Give us your favorite Leo movie and a little bit about why.
This one's tough. If I had to break it down, it's like it'd probably be the Departed or The Wolf of Wall Street. Those are probably two of my favorite. Not a sneeze. I guess it didn't happen. But.
I wasn't sure what was going on.
I was like, oh shit.
I'm like, I thought he was gonna start breakdancing on the mic real quick.
Yeah.
No, those two probably. I mean, the first Leonardo movie I ever watched was the Romeo and Juliet movie.
That's a great movie.
Yeah,
Very good.
I think it's a highly underrated movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, the fact that they talk about their guns as swords, I thought was so cool.
Right.
And it's like Romeo and Juliet's a Shakespeare classic. Yeah. Like everyone read it in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So,
all right. So you say if you had to choose Wolf of Wall Street or Departed, you had to pick one.
Oh man. I'll probably go Wolf of Wall Street. It's more modern. It's newer. I'll pick that one.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Good. Since you picked Wolf, I'll go with your other choice. I'll take The Departed.
That one's so good
excellent.
too. So good.
Full lineup. I mean, the whole cast, the whole general feel of the movie is just.
When you break down the list of stars that are in that movie, it's like Caprio, Matt Damon, Nicholson, Wahlberg, Martin Sheen.
Yeah.
Like the names go on in that movie, and it was so well done.
There's no movie like it. There's no movie like, it's like a cat and mouse chase between a bad cop, like a corrupted cop with like an undercover cop. It's just so well written.
Oh, the twists and turns in that movie are so, there's a rat on both sides that are all working for, and Jack Nicholson's character is just, he is brutal. I saw an interview the other day. Do you guys remember the scene where him and Ray Winston, they execute that young lady? They execute that young lady on the beach. And Matt Damon actually Matt Damon was doing this interview, and Jack Nicholson actually directed that scene, and he kept like just adding things in, like, oh, hey, what if he says that she fell funny after she died? Like, oh, what if she said like she, and there's like this whole like cat and mouse, like, what if we say that, what if we have Ray Winston chop her up? What if we have all this, you know what I mean? None of that was in the script, apparently, that Nicholson just like, he just had this demented, twisted character. He's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I know we're not talking about him. We're talking about Leo. I can definitely argue The Departed as his best.
Well, one of my favorite lines is he's like, "What would you like to drink?" He's like, "Cranberry juice." Yeah. You on your period?
It's so good. Even Mark Wahlberg, I mean, he steals the scene.
It was 1/8 of a page, and it said, Costello executes man kneeling in the marshes. He looked at that, and he goes, I can do that, but I think I can make it better. Instead of a man kneeling in the marshes, I make it a woman. And I go, oh, okay. But I'm not going to be alone. I put Ray in the scene, and I do the thing, and I shoot her in the back of the head, like it says in the script. But if you leave the camera rolling, after she falls, I turn to Ray and I say, geez, she fell funny. Now that's a really sinister thing to say. Now you could end the scene there. But if you leave the camera rolling, Ray steps forward and he reveals that he's holding an axe. Now you could end the scene there. But if you leave the camera rolling, God, Ray says, Francis, you really see somebody. That's what a great writer looks like.
That's in the movie.
Yeah.
Total improv, everything
That's
about
cool.
it, and then he's like, it's like Jack Nicholson's one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
One of the greatest of all time. I don't think many people are going to argue against that.
Well, and you put them in the same movie. You put another one that's one of the greatest of all time.
Right.
Him and Leo
True.
together, the dynamic is just great.
100%. Great choice with The Departed. I'm gonna have to go with Gangs of New York.
Oh, you're taking it back a little bit. You're
I'm
taking
taking
us
it back.
Okay.
Right. Gangs of New York came out in 2002. All right, and for me, that movie had one, great characters, two, had one of the greatest portrayal of any actor creating a character on screen, in my opinion, and that's Bill the Butcher. Daniel Day-Lewis crushed it when he did that part. Everything about it to me he was believable. I didn't know who Daniel Day-Lewis was till I saw that movie and saw that part. And then I'm like, he's not Daniel Day-Lewis, he's the Butcher. Right. And every time I've ever seen him, I'm like, yo, that's the guy who did the Butcher, not Daniel Day-Lewis to me.
Yeah.
And then you have Cameron Diaz, Liam Neeson, small part.
Small, very quick. Yeah.
But powerful scene, and it set the movie off on what you kind of would expect going forward. The fight scenes are gory. That's the way they were in the early 1900s, and it was, it portrayed what New York was going through in that time frame, and the survival to eat and live, and just the basics of the way society was. I thought this movie was great, well done.
Yep.
And
it's a long one, long movie.
How long is it?
Long.
I think it's like almost 3 hours.
Almost 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's almost 3. I mean, it's...
How long? The Departed is over 2 hours. The Wolf of Wall Street's over 2 hours.
Wolf of Wall Street is long.
Titanic.
One of his, I was just about to say one of his longest is certainly, certainly the classic.
I'm surprised
Titanic.
we didn't pick that one. I mean, this is a classic. It's probably third grossing, movie made the most.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
Third highest grossing movie.
Fun fact: that was the first ever DVD I owned that was split into 2 DVDs.
I had it.
Was it really?
I had it on
Two
VHS.
different. They were in this one pack that had both movies that you had to watch the first part of Titanic, then you had to put in the second VHS. Yeah.
I had it on VHS. It was a 2. I wasn't on DVD though. It was VHS for me.
VHS, yeah.
Oh, you said DVD.
Oh, yeah. No, I meant VHS.
I had a
sorry.
VHS. Those 2 tapes. It was like a
what's crazy?
bundle.
You know how many people don't even know what a VHS is right now?
Oh man.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what it stands for?
No.
I think Video Home System. I could be wrong.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah?
Maybe.
Which is strange because you would think that would be the VHS player, would be the home
Right.
system.
Yeah.
Not what you're sticking into the.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, go Google VHS. You'll see what it looks like.
And you put it in a VCR.
Yes, we're showing our age, but
Not to mention, when your family made it, when you had the combo, DVD, VCR combo.
Oh, yep.
Oh,
Remember those?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And then, you spent the weekend trying to transfer your VHSs to DVDs,
Yep.
recording them over.
Or you had to have the machine to rewind your VHS.
Yep.
That was great.
Yeah, we are showing our age.
Nothing made you madder when you went to go watch a movie and the person before you didn't rewind it.
Oh, you had to rewind it. Yeah,
you had
that
to
was the
rewind it
worst.
before you could watch it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the worst.
The gray in my beard is not for decoration. All right, so
I mean, in terms of portfolio, I mean, Leo's done it all. Leo's got it all. I mean, the guy's only won 1 Oscar, but
Which
in
is
my
insane.
mind, my mind, there's a number of movies that we've Googled and looked at. I don't know how he didn't win.
Yeah.
I don't know how he didn't win.
So what was the movie he won the Oscar in?
Revenant.
The Revenant.
Yeah.
Which
Well
always-
deserved.
I don't know. I mean, I watched it on a plane. I don't really remember it that much. I didn't think it was that. I wanted to watch it because
you're
that's what I
saying
want
that because you're such a Tom Hardy guy.
I know. I do love Tom Hardy.
And Tom is
He
excellent.
killed
in
it.
that
I
movie.
know, but I don't know.
Listen, when he fights the bear, great scene. Great scene.
Yes.
I enjoy that movie. I love that movie. But
Yeah.
and I don't disagree that he should have won the Oscar for that movie. But I can pick 3 or 4 other movies that I also think he should have won the Oscar
for sure.
Right.
I mean, I know he's going up against stiff competition, but I mean, he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's unbelievable. His portfolio is unbelievable. We're looking at most of his movies here.
You mentioned that him and Jack Nicholson are perfect in that movie. But what about Catch Me If You Can with Tom Hanks?
Another one, Cat and Mouse, based on a true story. I love that movie. I know it doesn't have enough action for you.
Yeah, that's okay.
But have you seen that one, Los?
Which one?
Catch Me If You Can.
No.
Where he plays the teenager that starts counterfeiting checks and things like that at a very young age because his parents are
He
getting
becomes
divorced.
like a pilot, a lawyer,
A doctor.
a doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know of it. I've never seen it though.
So, but again, Leo, Tom Hanks, and his dad in that movie too. Christopher Walken.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, that's another legendary. Martin Sheen's in that one as well. He's just been in so many big movies with big name actors. I mean, we haven't even mentioned Django, Quentin Tarantino film.
He's a short film in that. I mean, short scene in that,
and he steals the show.
So good. Yeah.
Him and Samuel L. Jackson together, they just steal that show.
And a little side note, in that scene, what a lot of people may not know is that was improv. He actually cut his hand. He actually cut his hand and just kept riding with the scene.
Yep.
Well, they wanted to cut, and he was like, "No, I'm good.
Going.
Let's go. This is even better." I've heard a number of stories about that movie where, originally he didn't want to make the movie because there's a lot of derogatory terms that he had to say. That they finally were like, he finally agreed to it, and then apparently he went all in on it. And there were moments where like Jamie Foxx would walk in the morning and Leo wouldn't even look at him. Wouldn't even say hello to him, because they had to have this like disgust for each other, and they had to like really hate each other. So this, if you're ever out there looking for something to sink your teeth into, watch that movie and then kind of get into in the making of it. It's really interesting.
Yeah, 100%. Like great movie all the way around. All right, so
Blood Diamond's another one.
Inception is a good one.
Inception, strange one.
Yep.
Very very strange movie, but really good. And some of his older stuff too. We haven't even mentioned Basketball Diaries.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Who's Eating Gilbert's Grape? As Carlos said before.
I'll take that one.
I don't think Gilbert had grapes that he was sharing that everybody could eat. But again,
Critters. So
I've never seen that one.
91. Obviously, you guys can see on video here, but for those listening, Critters came out in 1991, around the same time like Gremlins and that whole era of like late 80s, early 90s, horror movie type stuff. Critters kind of fall on the lines of like a comedy horror movie, but still a good movie for the time frame. Very underrated, like horror type movie. Again, you probably watch it now. The CGI is terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I was.
Yeah,
I don't even know if I was born when this movie came out. I don't know when in 91 it came out.
When were you born?
August.
What year?
91.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if it came. I don't even know if I was even born when this movie came out.
We just put an argument that we're saying no.
Right,
yeah. It could have been like a June 1991.
But even Shutter Island for kind of a horror thriller. That movie is mind bending. So I mean, he's just done so much. He hasn't done anything in the comedy.
Yeah, I was about to say there's no comedy that he's in.
But that's okay. I mean, he just makes up for it. Los, go to his IMDb page. I just want to see some of the awards that he's won and some of the accolades that he's again been nominated for. Because it's a ton. I'm shocked that this guy hasn't won more. Than he has.
Agreed.
He's like a Dan Marino of actors. No Super Bowl, but
you know what? You're not wrong.
That hits close to home because I'm a huge Dan Marino fan. Being a Dolphins fan, that hits close to home that he never won a title. But
he's arguably like one of the best quarterbacks.
If he had a couple Super Bowls, he'd be
a conversation.
Yeah,
he'd be one of the best.
Yeah, especially all the records that he held. But
And obviously, Andy, we didn't really touch on your movie, but I'd like to. I mean, Wolf of Wall Street is just—it's an absolute masterpiece. It's
It's based on a true story, also.
It's in my top. It's in my top 5 movies.
Yep.
It's unbelievable. It's just a great movie. Again, a lot of big name actors, even big name actors that have small roles. I mean, Matthew McConaughey in that movie as Mark
in the first scene. Yeah,
it's great. That scene where they're having lunch together and he's teaching him the way,
the chant.
That chant.
And, those are rookie numbers. You got to up those numbers. Like,
that's what he's talking about. How many times he jerks off.
And he's like, "Listen, you're gonna bring us 2 martinis, and then 7 minutes later, you're gonna bring 2 more martinis." He's like, and this little baby right here, and he points to the little vial of cocaine. He's like, "This is how you get through the day."
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that movie to me is like,
and it's just like who wouldn't want that life? He's just chilling on a yacht, or he's just like having parties all the time, doing the best drugs, doing lewds. I wish there was a time where they were because they don't. You can't get lewds anymore.
No.
No, not
No.
for a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not
No,
for a
no,
while,
like
yeah.
they don't. You can't. So I was like, damn, I always wanted to try it just to see what the high would be like. Like the lewds.
Well, even the scene where they have those rare ones, what are they, the lemons or whatever that they get, and him and Jonah Hill, and they don't kick in into like for a very long time.
Yep,
and
yep.
You know, he drives the Lamborghini, and he's like, "No, I made it home safe." And then
the
they show the
car's always-
flashback, and
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, you know,
Demolished.
yeah,
Everything got wrecked.
yeah,
Jordan Belfort. I think he's like a motivational speaker now.
he is. I think
so-
I think he's back to making quite a bit of money after going to jail.
Yep.
Inception. Remember Inception?
Yeah. Again, just another
Mm-hmm.
solid movie. It's never gonna be a top 10. It's never gonna be a, oh my
That's,
god, this movie is
who
so
directed
good.
that one? Scorsese, right?
Inception?
Yeah.
Mm,
Was it Nolan?
I
Oh,
believe
think
it is Chris Nolan. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Because he has so many actors from Batman in that, like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I think Anne Hathaway's in it, right? Tom Hardy's in it. He plays Bane. I guess
Yep.
she's not in it. Yeah.
Oh, Cillian Murphy. He
Oh, yeah.
plays.
Thomas Shelby and Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, but he plays Scarecrow
Scarecrow.
in the first
Yep.
Batman.
So yeah,
too.
they're all like from
Michael Caine.
Yep.
Obviously, he plays Alfred.
Alfred.
Yeah. I think directors seem to they have their guys that they like to
Yeah,
work
but
with.
that's a
Obviously, you know.
solid cast.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we know Scorsese, he likes to work with Leo. They make a number.
Yeah.
They make a number of movies.
Yeah, he-
together.
But that's Chris Nolan though, so it's not.
No, but I'm saying,
Oh,
off
yeah,
of
yeah,
that,
yeah.
Scorsese and,
Yep.
and Leo make a lot of movies together.
Yep.
Yeah, good. Go right there, Los. It's right there. Won one Oscar. Click on that.
I think he did.
Where
On
at?
that yellow. Go down. The little yellow.
Oh, right
lines.
here.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
there.
102 wins and 263 nominees.
So he won for The Revenant,
Nominations.
and then he was nominated for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He was nominated for Wolf of Wall Street, nominated for Blood Diamond, Aviator, and What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Yeah, so many.
Mm-hmm.
And some of these, I would argue, are not the best.
No.
No.
I mean, they are all very good, and all what he certainly should be nominated. But
Yeah, like it's great nomination, but I still wouldn't put any of those movies on the top of this catalog. Like,
Wolf of Wall Street and oh boy, I do like Blood Diamond. Blood Diamond is good.
I thought that was okay. The South African accent, I feel like could use some work.
yeah. I could also say that his Boston accent in The Departed could use some work.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah,
bit. I mean, he's no Ben Affleck.
No.
He's no Mark Wahlberg. Obviously, those guys have kind of
yeah,
perfected
it's
it.
definitely know the town.
but I don't
but
think Leonardo's from. Is he from Boston?
I don't think so.
No, exactly. But those guys are. That's why they,
Well, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely came more natural to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
I
just
didn't.
talking.
I didn't see Great Gatsby. Was that a good one? Or
I didn't see it either.
I didn't see that either.
No.
I
Catch
don't
my
know.
eye. There's no action or like fun lifestyle living. I don't really watch it.
Oh, I think it is though. It is a fun lifestyle living, isn't it?
Not better than Wolf of Wall Street. I'd rather be Jordan Belfort than the Great Gatsby guy.
Why? You don't even know. Maybe the Great Gatsby guy never went to
They
jail.
look like they do like plays and opera.
It's true.
That's not my scene.
I will admit the only thing I could say about the Jordan Belfort in the movie.
He could have gotten away.
Who?
Jordan Belfort. There's a scene where he's like, you could just walk away, but he's like, I'm not fucking leaving. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
If I was him, though, I would be like,
But
okay,
he
I'm
also
gonna
could
walk
have gotten
away.
away if the ship hadn't, toppled over and they had to get rescued by the Italians. Remember?
In Wolf of Wall Street,
Yeah.
the helicopter.
The helicopter.
Well, it blows up, right?
picks them up. Is supposed to pick them up from the Italians, and it blows up. But that's after their ship capsizes. And they get rescued.
But because of the storm, right?
Yeah, but they were on there. He was on his way to go get his money.
Yeah, but he's going to Switzerland. I thought not.
Oh, because the aunt just died, correct?
Yeah, yep.
And
So,
he had to go get his money out or whatever,
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Understandable.
you're absolutely right. If I have to pick a lifestyle based off of these movies, I'm picking
Yeah.
Wall Street.
I mean, like,
I mean,
no,
and also, if Margot
Or-
Robbie is in my movie,
or,
and in my life of the movie,
Oh, absolutely. I don't know. Catch Me If You Can. That lifestyle would be pretty sweet too, because then you work for the FBI.
he
ends
does.
up-
He doesn't really have to. Well, yeah, but he's in that French prison for a little while though, until Tom Hanks gets him out. That looked kind of nasty.
Yeah, but then you end up working for the FBI because was able to spot fraud checks everywhere. So
yeah,
like,
and then I think made even more money.
No, he did
because he designed like a lot of the securities that banks use.
Yep.
Even today,
Yeah.
He came up with all their all their security things and how to keep your money safe.
The S&P 500 pays him like a couple million a year also to make sure like I can't remember what it was, to make sure like everything's like legit. You can find out if it's not or not, if it's a fraud or not.
Yeah, I mean, again,
I don't know how it ties into like the stock market, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it's just like bank security and stuff that he designed a lot of those algorithms and a lot of those, those things that
like you could tell like the ink is like not what would be off or the prints are. It's crazy how much he knew about like the checks.
Yeah, he's in a lot of movies that are based on true stories too. He plays a lot of people that are, either historical figures or that have interesting stories. It's obviously the truth is stretched a bit in these movies,
sure,
but
they gotta make it a little for theatrics, but
right. But he's not playing in a comedy movie per se. He's looking for these he's looking for these roles that are going to get him these awards.
Yeah, I mean, I can't off the top of my head think of any real major comedy specific movies he's done.
He's in.
No, right?
No.
There's none off the top of my head that I can actually think of.
I mean, Wolf of Wall Street's kind of funny, but it's not meant to be,
I think it has funny moments.
Yeah,
and
like
I think,
when Jonah Hill's like
Catch
jerking
Me
off in
If
front
You
of
Can.
the girl.
Yeah.
He sees Margot Robbie and he's like just tilting one out.
Yeah.
Like it's a funny scene. Or
Yeah,
like
and I
when
think
he's
when
like,
Jonah Hill eats the goldfish, that's funny. Like
or when he's arguing with Brad, they get arrested. He's like, oh fuck, okay, I screwed up. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Jonah Hill in that movie.
Oh, he was awesome.
So good.
His name's Donnie, right?
Yeah,
Donnie.
Donnie Azoff. Yeah,
Donnie. Yep.
Yeah, Brad says we don't work for you. He says, hey, listen, your wife's got my money strapped to her tits. You do work for me, okay?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
There's a guy that he can do it all too.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill's been in a number of movies. He's funny. He can really. I mean, Moneyball, excellent. Super bad, really funny.
21 Jump Street.
21 Jump Street. Yeah.
Don't forget the greatest he's ever done. Super bad.
He just
he said Superbad.
That was like
we didn't forget.
That was like the first movie I saw.
We have to reiterate Superbad.
Okay, I'm with
just
you.
because
it's great. It is
that's
great.
what started him off.
Yep.
And that's what made him a household name was Superbad.
He's so good in that. And I think it just goes. I think my point is that Leo works with studs. Leo surrounds himself with, and it might not be Leo's choice, right? It's the directors and the type of movies that he's in, but every movie that we've named has had
even like in the beginning
someone else.
Like What's Eating Gilbert Grape is like what looks like his fourth movie, and he's working with Johnny Depp. Like already, he's like.
Well, and this list that we're looking at is just movies because wasn't he on a TV show, like a sitcom back in the day? I think he was on.
Leo.
Yeah, I think he was on Step by Step or one of those like sitcoms. I think.
Growing Pains.
Oh, it
Growing Pains.
was Growing Pains. You're right. Yeah.
So yeah, he was on Growing Pains, and that was 85 to 92.
Oh, see, I wasn't even.
Yeah, and that was one where he was kind of like a runaway that the family kind of took him in, right? If I remember correctly. But he was young. He was young. Yeah, his body of work in terms of TV shows is minimal.
Oh, see, he was born in Cali, by the way, so.
Right, that's why his
Boston accent
is not so good.
It's not so good.
And South Africa.
You can say low experience in those areas.
Yeah.
Yep. But I mean, overall, man, it's tough to argue with what this man's done. And like you could also say to your point where you were talking about earlier about he only works with good actors, you can say that he attracts the good actors as well. So you figure at this point in his game, he's got to be the first actor they try to get. For any movie, if he gets pitched a movie, he's got to be like the first guy they try to pitch. He's the star. And then they use his name to pitch to other stars.
Oh, like, yeah, if Leo's doing it, I'm in.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if Leo's involved, I want to be in. There's this, I want to know about it.
Well, I think that's the case for Wolf of Wall Street. If I remember correctly, I believe Jonah Hill wanted so badly to work with Martin Scorsese and Leo. I think he made peanuts. I think they paid him like the minimum, like $60K or something like that. I remember reading like, hey, do you really want to do this? Like, well, and remember, Jonah wasn't really a huge actor. He was doing a lot of comedy. He wasn't like...
He was up there. He was...
Not before.
Wolf of Wall Street came out... What year did that come out? 2018?
No, Wolf's older than you think.
Is it?
Yeah.
What, Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah. How old is that movie? Can't be that. 2014. I thought
13.
13. Oh,
13.
wow. It's almost 10 years old.
It's almost 10 years old.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, it says right here, Jonah Hill said he was only paid $60,000 for his role in Wolf of Wall Street. That's
didn't know
crazy.
that.
That's how much Scorsese and Leo, how much you really want to work with those two guys.
That he'll only make 60,000 for that movie.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I mean,
Now,
you
for
could-
us, we would do it. We do it in a heartbeat
Oh, I
too.
do, yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
blaming
yeah.
him. I'm just saying that's how much that
But-
these guys draw.
And he's in a
Right.
he's a big like
Oh, yeah.
he has a big role in that
oh, he's
movie
a huge, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
for only 60,000.
well, the thing about too is
Wow.
that where Jonah Hill's career went after this movie.
look where it propelled him.
Right.
You know.
So
Yeah,
like,
but Superbad was before this.
yes.
Oh wait, yeah.
No,
well
21
before.
Jump Street was I think before this.
I'm not. 100%
I think
sure.
it was definitely around the same time frame.
Yeah. But those are like those two. What else is a big movie that he's in?
Moneyball.
Moneyball. That was way before this.
2012 was Jump Street. So you figure
it's
he
a
did
year,
21
yeah.
Jump Street.
Then he did Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street,
then
but
22 Jump Street.
Yeah, but then after Wolf of Wall Street, he went on to do a lot more serious roles and kind of try to break his general of being a funny,
Being a goofball.
being a goofball
Yeah.
character, right? He would transition to more of a serious character at that point.
I don't really know what else he's in.
He's in that movie with War Dogs.
I haven't
He's
seen that.
excellent in that.
That's
I
a
haven't
good
seen
movie.
that
He
one
is
yet.
excellent.
That's
in
a
that
very
movie.
good movie.
When he gives that guy the money for the drugs, and they don't give him the drugs, and then they like why are you still here? And they like pull out a pistol on him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, okay, and he goes back to his car and he pulls out an AR. And he starts
Oh, I've
firing
seen
that
that.
weapon.
I've seen that
He's
scene.
like,
I've seen a
he's-
clip of that scene, but I didn't know. Okay.
He is so
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do remember that
I
scene
mean,
now.
he lights up that neighborhood.
Yeah, he does,
Lights
yeah.
it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I don't even care about the $300, but you pulled the pistol on me. Watch this.
Leo's a legend. Leo's a legend. He's definitely in my top 5 for
Me
actors.
too, yeah.
And
I think it's got to be everybody's. Well,
You know what I
here.
want to know? Let's see if we can find anything that he's currently working on.
see, I mean, he's filming at the moment.
Yeah, well, I wonder if he's got anything in the pipeline that we would maybe historical or.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Oh, Brendan Fraser, De Niro's in
De
it.
Niro legends.
Ooh,
The
this is
Mummy.
interesting.
It says crime drama.
Scorsese's directing it too.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Curious about that.
What does that say over there on the right? Low says the Osage murders and the birth of the FBI. Oof.
You can definitely see that sounds like it's going to be something. Especially, I mean, the lineup they got going with the movie definitely sounds like it's going to be something interesting to watch.
His most recent "Don't Look Up." I didn't watch that. Did you guys see that?
No, I
Was it
haven't.
good?
I
or-
did see it. I did. And
That's got a huge cast too. I mean, Jennifer Lawrence.
She's in that.
Yeah.
yes, she's like,
Yeah. Was it Timothy Chalamet or?
Jennifer Lawrence. That's Hunger Games and Mystique, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She's a huge actress.
Mhm.
There's actually
There's
a.
a trailer for it.
yeah.
All right. Nice.
So let's,
Brendan Fraser, another legend.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Nah. He was in like The Mummy and George of the Jungle. That's it.
No, listen.
Back in the day, that man made some quality movies. And
Yes.
his new movie, The Whale.
Yeah.
I heard.
I mean, I just watch like him in the. I just think of him in The Mummy.
Yeah. And how many times a year do you watch The Mummy?
Yeah,
Probably more than you think.
I watched it a lot.
More than you
I watched it
think.
a lot when I first saw the movie.
So listen, guys, we've told you our favorite Leo movie. We want to know yours. Give us a comment. What's your favorite Leo movie? Why? And then just comment generally on his body of work and let us know, if he's in your top 5, if you think he's great, if you disagree.
And if you haven't seen the 3 we mentioned, go watch those now.
Absolutely.
Go.
And I said if you disagree, you can comment, but we don't really even want to see those anyways because we know that you're wrong.
Yep.
And it's all right to be wrong, but you're not right.
Yeah.
So, guys, as always, please like, rate, review, and subscribe us.